basically three things. The first is that we are the largest section of labor in the country. So there are about 20 crore agricultural laborers, rural laborers, right? Being the largest section, we have to be a part of this struggle. Otherwise, it cannot be seen to be a proper struggle of labor. The second thing is, we are suffering most sharply from unemployment. And it is our union that was in the fight, among others, for MNREGA. So we are taking up the issue of unemployment and MNREGA along with it, so that people understand that employment is possible. It's only the exclusivism of neoliberal economics that is forcing these people to die. Out of the 3 lakh rural people who have committed suicide, a good 20% are agricultural labor. So people are facing a life and death situation. If we don't come forward to fight against it, then what are we doing? And the third thing is that there is, for the first time in 90 years, migration to the cities, where people are living like animals. Even cattle live better than the laborers living in the cities. So for the first time in 90 years, people have run to the cities in desperation, and they are living like cattle. And this is something that has to be tackled, and we need the implementation of proper laws for migrant labor. We have called for the proper implementation of the Migrant Labour Act. And finally, there is the question of women and children. Women are not paid the same rates as men, although they do the same work and often harder. So that is one of the issues that we are going to take up. And finally, the new Child Labour Act has opened up the door for legalizing child labor and actually destroying it in the process of production. So these things strike us harder in many cases than the urban working class. And of course, most of our members, agricultural laborers, are Dalits. So when you're privatizing public sector industry, we are actually losing jobs for Dalits in that process. Because when a PSU becomes privatized, there are no reservations. So these demands are hitting us harder than they hit the factory labor and the organized labor. And these demands, as a result, if we don't take up the most crucial demands, then labor also is not going to be taking it as more than a kind of, annual event. The reality is that rural India is facing a life and death battle, and in that battle we have to come forward on 2nd September.